Good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I welcome you guys to Sharpsville, Indiana, which is located in Liberty Township in Tipton County. It is located 9 miles north of Tipton, Indiana, 10 miles south of Kokomo, and an hour north of Indianapolis, and an hour east of Lafayette. And the population is currently sitting at 553 people. As of the 2020 census, it has experienced a 8.9% population loss. The population used to be 607 people back during the 2010 census. Now, the population peaked at 769 people with a 24.6% gain back during the 1990 census. Now this town has been losing people the last 3 census. So basically, for the last 30 years, this town has been losing people. Now, during the 2010 census, this town has lost 1.8% of its people. During the 2000 census, this town has lost 19.6% of its people. Now, back in 2000, the population was 618 people. Let me make a quick correction real quick. This town has been losing people at a steady rate for the last, not the last 30 years, the last 20 years. Because back during the 1990 census, it gained 24.6% of its population. So correction real quick. Now here's a little bit of history about this town. Now this town was named after founder E.M. Sharp from Pennsylvania. E.M. Sharp moved to Illinois in 1831, then to Jennings County, Indiana in 1838, and to Liberty Township in 1849, which is where this town is located. The town was incorporated in 1873, but ceased to be incorporated in 1881 and regained village status due to the votes of the locals at that time. Many of the first buildings were churches. A Methodist church was built in 1852, a Lutheran church in 1857, and then there was another church in 1873. Now, the first school was built in 1852 with Martha Ann Grishaw being the first school teacher in Sharpsville. The school was a wooden cabin, basically. I mean, y'all remember those school buildings? Small wooden cabin with a bunch of seats and a little stand to where the teacher stood. It's one of those type of deals. Anyways, the second school was built on the south side of town, and Lizzie Smith taught at that school. These schools required the residents to pay a fee to attend class. So obviously, back in the day, they did not take taxes out of people's checks for schools. I mean, let's just be real. Nowadays, rather not, you have kids that go to school, you still pay a school fee. They just take it automatically out of your check when you work. Or at the end of the year, if you work for yourself, you have to pay taxes one way or another into the system. Now, in 1970, what used to be Sharpsville Prairie High School merged with Windfall High School And Windfall, Indiana is located 8 miles east of here. And I do have a video of Windfall on this channel, so feel free to go check it out. So Sharpsville Prairie High School merged with Windfall High School and became Tri-Central Middle High School. Now, as far as it goes for the economy here, I mean, the economy here was primarily agriculture. The main crops were corn and wheat, with over 15 merchants in town by the start of the Civil War. Now, this town was home of the Civil War soldiers. Sharpsville had 2 blacksmith shops by 1873 and the Sharpsville Bank by 1902. Sharpsville Canning Company was one of the town's largest employer, along with a flour mill and a lumber yard in the early 20th century. Sharpsville was also home to G.W. Invader Corporations, which was a boat manufacturer that they were in business from the 1960s to the 1980s. And the owners of the business was Arnie Gray and George Woolridge. And the first hotel opened in 1853. By the 1860s, there were 3 hotels that were open in town. Now, if you desire to live here in Sharpsville, well, let me back up. Now, I did tell you guys where Sharpsville was located. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with this region of Indiana, Sharpsville is located basically in the middle of the state of Indiana. Just in case you didn't know that the locations that were around Sharpsville were all considered central Indiana. So Sharpsville is located in the central Indiana region. So if you didn't know that, now you know. Now the racial demographics here is 91.2% white and 7.3% Hispanic. Those are the 2 major racial groups that live here currently. Now, your median rent prices are going to go from $690 to $1,370 a month. Your median home price is currently sitting at $218,000. Now, out of the 6 houses that are listed on Realtor.com for sale, 4 out of 6 of those houses are currently under contract. So this area is due to what I read a little bit ago about this area losing 8.9% of its population during the 2020 census. I predict by the 2030 census, and again, I could be wrong, but I predict by the 2030 census, Sharpsville is going to show a population gain. Well, and I say that because there were only 6 houses on Realtor.com that were for sale. 4 out of 6 of those houses are currently pending a contract. And as I keep on telling you guys, any smaller community like this that's close to smaller cities and within an hour of metro areas and suburbs, typically people are going to want to move to these type of communities because of the convenience of larger communities not far away. So it's one of those type of deals where, people, when people move to communities like this, it's the attitude of, hey, I'm close enough but I'm not. I'm close enough, but at the same time, I'm far enough. So they're close enough. So they move to communities like this because people that move to these kind of communities, their attitude is they're close enough to shopping and entertainment and everything that they may need to live their life. But at the same time, they're far enough from some of the riffraff that goes on in some of your cities. So I do predict that by the 2030 census, this town will have a significant population gain. I mean, housing prices out here, at least right now, don't appear to be too bad. And some of these houses do come with a fair amount of land. And I mean, this part of Indiana, I mean, it's not quite as, I mean, when it comes to the climate, at least in my opinion, it's not quite as depressing as North Indiana. Housing prices here are also a little lower. And on the day that I recorded this video, it was nice and sunny. I mean, I know you guys are sick and tired of seeing a whole bunch of videos to where it's overcast and all depressing looking outside. And honestly, when I see sunlight, it makes me feel good. I mean, there's natural properties in the sun, which I think many of us underestimate the importance of. I mean, to me, the sun is a natural mood enhancer, along with it being a natural source of vitamin D. So yeah, when I see the sun out, it makes me feel good. Even on a day where the temperatures might be a little cooler. But if my research proves to be correct, even when you're inside your vehicle and you're not walking outside, if you're driving around and the sun hits you for at least 20 minutes, your body will get the sun will provide your body with the vitamin D that it will need for the day. Now, again, I am not a doctor. I have no kind of medical degree. I am just simply reciting what I read online. So, go ahead, do your own research on that topic, because clearly I'm not an expert. If I was, I would be that high value man making six figures. But I'm just a maintenance worker, so it is what it is. So anyways, as far as my 2 cents about Sharpsville, if you're looking to live in mid-Indiana, I think this would be a decent community to at least check out. I mean, there's only 2 houses currently available here, so it's one of those type of situations where if you look at this video and you're wanting to move here, you might want to hurry up and at least look at the houses that are available. And I can't really think of anything more to say. I mean, I can't think of anything else. I don't want to get into a bad habit of repeating myself. Alright folks, that's going to do it for the commentary. There's about 9 more minutes left of the video, so go ahead and continue to watch it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of my commentary today. And if you want to help me out, all you gotta do is subscribe. All you gotta do is give videos like this a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing that as well, because I will be putting out a lot more videos. And on that note, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.